Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Gambill, and we're all going to have a nice little journey to the end of the semester. So thank goodness, not a lot of time has passed where we're trying to play catch up. So I think all is good. Um, what I'd like to do today is to do an overview of Canvas. And I see that many of you have already submitted assignments of taking quizzes or put up your autobiography. But I also send my apologies to those folks who tried to get into the Zoom session we had on Tuesday, and technology wasn't exactly cooperating with us at that time. And I made that as an extra credit assignment. So for those of you who did participate, were able to get in, I've already added your extra credit points to your grade book. For those of you who couldn't, and for any others watching this, if you would just send me an email to let me know that you watched the video, and I'll go ahead and give you the extra credit points for it. So right now, let me go ahead and just do the quick overview with Canvas. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. All right. So with Canvas, whenever you log in, you'll only have, well, my class, 11:30. So if you click on that, then it'll take you right to the modules. So obviously, there's only the one so far. So all modules are going to look pretty much the same. So the first document you'll see is a README. So when you read that first, it's just your weekly agenda. So for this week, it was chapter 4, read chapter 4, look at the PowerPoint presentation, read your quiz completed by December the 12th at 11:59 p.m. So this is where Mr. Martes and I differ. I need your assignments in Saturday night by 11:59 p.m. I know he had it set on Sunday, but I need for you to start thinking in the mindset of Saturday night, at the end of the week, the official end of the week. So Saturday night by 11:59 p.m. The extra credit, which I just mentioned, you can, once again, just send me the email that you watch this video, and that will suffice. Okay. So I'm going to go into the student view so that you'll see. I'll see what you see, you see what I see. Okay. So home takes us to the modules. So next in line, announcements. And I try to send out emails, but if I don't send emails, I might put stuff up here under announcements, or I might do both. Actually, here was my little announcement about the calendar revision, and I attached the calendar there. So just make sure you stay current with your announcements. Modules, it was the same thing. Home and modules, they're going to look identical. So next, we have assignments. Don't let this freak you out when you look at it and you go, Lord, all of these things to be done. Don't look at overall. That will become overwhelming. Just pay attention to the modules instead, and that way you get a few assignments at a time instead of looking at everything. But this just shows you what's expected for the semester. Okay, for discussions, I'm going to be a little bit different from Mr. Myers on the discussions. Go back. Syllabus. Okay, discussion boards. Throughout the semester, you're going to post and respond to 4 discussion board postings. The topics will be based on the chapter summaries and your response assignments. You are required to make your original posting while also responding to 2 of your classmates' postings. The grading for this discussion board is a combination of 2 components. Due dates for all discussion board assignments, they're on the calendar that I sent out, so you'll have that. Here's the way that I'm doing the grading, which will seem a little unusual. each discussion board item or posting is worth 30 points. But I divide it into two sections when it comes to grading. The discussion board post, 30 points total. Okay. You get your first 15 points by having the initial posting. It's got to be up by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesdays. So you'll have the original posting, 11:59 p.m. Wednesdays. That's when you can get up to 15 points for that section. And then you have two postings where you respond to your classmates. And so I just have a requirement of 2. If you want more, that's fine. You won't get extra points for going over 2, but you'll have 2, and they're worth 7.5 points each. And it's important that, you see down here, that they need to be at least 75 words in length to receive full credit. Okay. Now, the reason I have it split, where I'll say Wednesday night, I have to have the initial posting by 11:59 p.m. Wednesday for your up to 15-point credit, is because historically I've had, I would just say, okay, discussion boards, have an original post responded to your classmates. What happened with that is I would have some people who would be Johnny on the spot by Sunday. They had postings up. But unfortunately, the vast majority of people would wait until the very end, like Saturday, even late Saturday, to post anything. In the meantime, that's kind of hindering the folks who've already done their work earlier in the week, because they had no one to respond to. Since everybody was waiting until Saturday night. So in order to stop that, that's why I now have a Wednesday deadline and a Saturday deadline. And the other thing too about folks who are waiting until the last minute on Saturday, I'll have to say the quality of the postings were not all that great. So just remember, first part of the grade, Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Your 2 responses. Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Okay. Now, moving on from discussions, files. Files is a place where it's like exactly that, my filing cabinet. Where do I put stuff away? So right now in files folder, I have the rubric for your brochure project. So you can easily locate it there. The calendar that I sent out, I still keep a copy there. PowerPoint presentations. We have 13 chapters, and I have 13 PowerPoint presentations that are already posted, and you can get to them at any time. And let's see, project examples. I've had students in the past who turned in some really great stuff and were kind enough to let me use their work to pass on to you folks for examples. So please take advantage of these. Whenever you start to work on your project, take a look and see what some of the other students previously have done. And this is stuff I really like, obviously. Okay, and moving on down, we have quizzes. Just recently put out chapters 1, 2, and 3, since I did see grades for again on the whiteboard grade book. Just wanted to get them. And your grades. So your nice little grade book does something that your Blackboard wouldn't do, and that is it gives you a running percentage. This student has no score or anything because there are no grades. Anytime you see an EX, that means something has been excused. But one thing that I do want you to be aware of, when you look at your grade book, when you see a dash, in the past, many students have just totally freaked out because they were thinking that they had a 0. No, that just simply means that I've not graded it yet. So there's nothing yet, no grade for me to put there yet. Okay. But on the bottom, it'll give you a percentage, and you use that percentage. Like, let's say the student ended up scoring like 83%, and you're wondering, well, what does an 83% mean? Well, if you go back to your syllabus, when you see the grades, well, what does an 83% mean? 83% is right here. So that means if I had to give a grade to that student, that particular moment, he or she would have a grade of a B. All right. We'll go back home, go back to our module. We had to read me first. We've done that. And so to get back, you can either go get home or just use the backspace. Either way, it'll take you back to the same place. Your chapter 4 PowerPoint, I have it linked. So my advice is kind of, well, download them all. Just come up here where you have the option to download. And the reason I say download them is because your quizzes, well, I write the PowerPoint presentations. I'm not wild about the ones that come with the textbook. But your quizzes come verbatim from your PowerPoint presentations. So if you have those with you when you're taking the quiz, you should do very, very well. So we know that the quizzes come verbatim from PowerPoint presentation. Your midterm and final exam will come verbatim from your quizzes. Okay. So just keep those in mind. Okay. So I'm going back to my module. And by the way, if for whatever reason you don't see your PowerPoint presentation, if I neglect to put it in a module, and don't think that there's not one for the week, it just means that I'm being goofy and it's been overlooked it, but you know where to find all of them because we've been to the files section and you've seen that folder for PowerPoint presentations. And for your quiz, you just click here, and that will take you to your weekly quiz. I don't have a time limit on these, so do take your time. There's, but you only have that one attempt, so please don't rush through it. Now, you saw that I got to the quiz by linking here. That's one way to get to it. Another way is to simply go over to the left where it says quizzes. This way you get the entire listing as opposed to just the one quiz for the week. Okay. Grades, we've gone to the grade book. Now assignments, what can I turn in an assignment? You know, what? How do I do it? And I will have, if an assignment is due that week, it'll be linked off the module. Okay. So you won't have to keep going over here to the left to assignments and try to hunt something down. You won't even need to bother with that at all. So let's say I'm going to turn in my family tradition activity. Okay, I click on that, and what I get is the description that is taken directly from your syllabus. So the description of the assignment, due date, what it's worth. Now, there is a couple of ways to submit your assignment. One I'm fond of, the other I'm under the caution diet. But let me go back because I have excused that assignment. Okay. Here's the assignment. On the right, it says start assignment. So I will do that. I get two ways that I can submit this assignment. I can either do a file upload or I can do a text entry. I discourage text entry simply because if you're typing away, blah, you put all the work into your document, all of a sudden there's a power glitch. But you're going to lose everything. So I recommend doing a file upload write your document, create a Word document, what have you. Click on file, upload, choose your file, just like you do an email. I'm just going to put anything at random. Okay, I now see that the file name, it's attached. And whenever I submit, if everything goes well, there's going to be a celebration. And there it is. So that way I know it's been submitted, and up here at the top, you'll see verification that it has been submitted. If I look at the grade book, there's this little icon here that will show up in your grade book as well. And what that means is the assignment is submitted. You know, Gambill has it. It just needs to be graded. Okay. So basically, folks, that is Canvas in a nutshell. It's much simpler, I think, than the Blackboard. The semester I used Blackboard. I don't think that I cursed so much in my entire life, but I'm glad to be back to Canvas. Now remember to get out to your account. Don't go through your email anymore. Just the URL bar, type in canvas.instructure.com. No www. It's just canvas.instructure.com. Look like that. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My office number is 505-863-7541. You have my email address, Gambill@UNM. I'm happy to do Zoom meetings as well, so we'll just touch base and figure something out. But anyway, I think it's going to be a good semester. Stay in touch.